Hi, I'm 17. I wanted to make a reflective video, as I'm dipping my toes into adulthood. But my birthday was in the middle of exam season, and a lot of shit has been going on the past month or so that I haven't even been able to make one of these in such a long time. I think the last was in like August or something, so yeah. I made one earlier, but it turns into just 20 minutes of me ranting and kind of complaining about people at church, so here's another take. Everything is still the same as it was from before. I still feel like everything's passing me by so fast. I can't believe that I'm going to college next year and I don't know what to do. I don't have any money to go to college, but all in due time, right? Well, I don't even know how to feel right now. I don't even know what I am. I never thought it would be possible to lose myself more than I did in like when I was 12, and then again when I just turned 16. It's here again. Another crisis. Maybe that's what being a teenager is like, As I am closing the chapter on my teenage years, I think this will be the last year, or maybe next year will be the last year I can say that I'm a teenager, because when you're like 19, you can't say you're a teenager anymore, even though it's still technically 19, but not really. Teenager stops at like 18. So this is one of the last years I will be able to say that I'm a teenager, and with teenagehood, there's a lot of angst, a lot of nonsense, really, a lot of very, very dramatic retellings of things that are not very dramatic at all. A lot of overreacting to things, and then a lot of drama that is really, like, if we look back on it in 5-10 years, this will be nothing. This point in my life will merely be a blip, especially when I'm entering my middle ages, maybe like 45, 50. This moment that I feel have been going on for centuries will merely be a phase, a blink in what I would ultimately call my life. But for now, as how 2 weeks may feel like a long time for like an elementary student, this phase in my life, this phase of losing myself and then trying to find it and then losing myself again, has been going on for what felt like a decade. It's back to the point, I don't know how it can get this bad every time, but I am back to the point where I don't know who I am. I don't know what I like. I don't know what I am. I don't know what my place in society is. I don't know what I want to become. I don't know there's a lot of tips on like self-help books, and yes, I do read self-help books sometimes whenever I'm feeling lost, but they don't help ever. I end up just laughing at them most of the time. But there's a lot of tips that are like, detail your ideal self, like what does she do, what are her habits and stuff, and it's like, I don't even know what I want to become. I don't even know what I want to be perceived as, In order to control how you're perceived, you need to know what you want to be perceived as, and I don't know. Do I want to be strict? Do I want to know I am naturally a type A person, even though sometimes I act as if I don't care and I'm a sleaze, but not, honestly, I'm a type A person. I hate it when we're late. I have like rundowns in my mind. I have schedules of everything, and whenever I go out and hang out with everyone, I make plans, I research and stuff. Do I want to be known as easygoing, or do I want to just commit and being a full-on type A person? Do I want to be known as being extroverted? Because I do like to talk. I like to talk a lot, but I also like alone time. I need a lot of alone time, but also do like to talk. So do I want to lean into the extrovertedness, the yappy side of me, the Japanese side of me? Or do I just want to revert back to old patterns and be, alone? Do I want to be known as smart, or do I want to be known as fun? Do I want to be known as extremely intelligent, but not emotional, but emotionally adept? Because I am quite emotionally adept. And when I do try, I am quite smart. I just don't try ever. And or do I just want to lean into being fun? Okay, because again, I am not socially adept, but if I commit to it, I can be fun. I can be funny sometimes. I People sometimes think that I am quite extroverted. I bring cheers to the party or something. I don't know. But like, what do I want to lean as? Do I want to be known as extremely stylish? Like, do I want to commit to being extra, or do I want to fit in? Do I want to stand out? Is standing out worth it? Because sometimes I stand out, but sometimes I stick out like a sore thumb. And there's a line between standing out and sticking out like a sore thumb, and I'm using that line like a jump fucking rope. Do I want to always be extra, or do I want to tone down? Because I have been kind of like, you know how like wavelengths go like up down up down. I've been doing that a lot, especially like at church, because at school there's not a lot of self-expression going on. It's mostly makeup, but I do that with makeup too. But you know, on some months I'm very, very extra. To church I'm always dressed up, hair always curled. People think that I dress old, but it's just I'm very into 50s lately. So yeah, I'm technically dressing old with like pearl necklaces and all. Very extra. And then at school I'll do like a full beat. I don't care what the teacher says. I am graduating soon. But some days I feel like I feel better about myself when I'm extra, but I don't feel accepted when I'm extra. When I tone down and I fit in, that feels nice, that feels good. So I don't know, do I want to stick it? Do I want to stick to my true self and make myself feel better by being extra? Or do I want to make myself feel better by fitting in? I don't know. I don't know what I want to be perceived as. Do I want to blend with other people? Again, this, I think I talk about church a lot because church is now my only third place, aka the place where I can meet and connect with people from different backgrounds. Of course, technically we're still homogenous. We're mostly Chinese, Indonesian, Christian, but it's slightly more diverse in age, in experience, in hobbies, and types of people. It's slightly more diverse than at school, which is why I think my church is like my first introduction to society. And yeah, it goes like, do I want to blend in? Do I want to be known as me? And like, you can, like, you know, when someone's kind of iconic, that you can see something, like see an outfit and think, oh, that's something she would wear. Or do I want to blend in with everyone? Okay, because my jokes, my humor does not really blend in with them. I'm quite chronically online, which is not a good thing to admit. But yeah, a lot of what I find funny does not connect with other people. A lot of I make a lot of references that people don't get. I'm a theater kid. I am into pop culture. I watch a lot of shitty reality TV. So a lot of my references they don't get, and the way like my typing style even, it's quite not, again, I'm not trying to be pick me and say like, oh my god, I'm like so different from the rest of you. But I just want to say like, because in the past month I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried always dressing up to church, but sometimes I've tried dressing down too and wearing like school uniforms to church because I want to pretend that I couldn't care less. I could care, but I just want to pretend that I couldn't care less so that people will think, oh, I'm casual like the rest of you. Because again, standing out feels true, but blending in feels good. And I don't know. My humor, I try to blend in with them. I try to be as receh and stuff as they are. I try to find things funny. And even when people are being mean, I try to kind of blend in with that and be mean also. I'm not saying I'm not mean. I'm quite judgmental, but not in terms of like skill. I am quite judgmental of how people present themselves, but when it comes to like music skills, I try to be as nice as possible because I am not good also. But at church I try to, you know, blend in, and you know, if people are making fun of someone, I try to be like, alright, yeah, I see that too. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know. Because again, like at school, these people have known me for 12 years. I can't do anything. And I can't like rebrand myself because again, they've known me for church is like, again, my only introduction to outside society, so that I don't know what I want to be perceived as. Right? Do I want to be strict? Do I want to be one of those people who are always on time? I am always on time, actually. Well, not always, but like I am mostly more on time than most. You get it? Like I'm like 70% of the time I'm more on time than the rest of them. And do I want to be, and my type A inner self wants to always be punctual. It wants to be pissed at everyone who's not. Okay? Every time people are late, like, oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't look at the clock or something. I wanted to hit them with a chair. But that's not very fun and easygoing of me. And I feel like in order to be accepted there, I have to be fun and easygoing. I can't be sarcastic. That's proved that being sarcastic is something that you can only earn after you're like 20 or something. You know, a young girl cannot be sarcastic because then she will be viewed like she's a bad person. I don't know what I want to be. I don't know what I am. I don't know what my true self is. I don't know what type of people I want to be friends with. I think to start off 17, I just want to say, I don't know. I don't know anything. 17 years of living. What can I do in the next 17 years? Probably a lot. Okay? In 17 years, I would be 34. Right? I probably would achieve a lot between 17 and 34, but in the past 17 years, what have I learned? What have I become? What have I gained? What have I lost? And I just want to say, after 17 years, I just want to say that I don't know. I don't know what I want to be perceived as. I don't know what I am. I don't know what I want. A lot of things that I want is like of course, common sense, like be rich. But do I want to be rich or do I just want to be comfortable? Do I just not want to think about bills and my bank account every time I make a purchase? Like I literally just went to the grocery store to buy Coca-Cola and I'm thinking of how much I have left. Like, do I want to be rich or do I just want to be comfortable? Do I want to be in the city? Do I want to live in a rural village? Do I want to go into STEM? Do I want to pursue the humanities? Am I going to prioritize money or what I am passionate in? What am I passionate in? Do I truly like writing or do I just want people to hear me talk? Do I truly have opinions or am I just a mosaic made of everything that I've ever heard before? And it's always like, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I am. And I feel like I'm so behind because everybody knows who they are. At least in my class, they pretend to be. I don't think they're having crises. Maybe it's just they're not as vocal about it as I am. But that's another thing. Is it childish? Am I childish? Am I more childish than the rest of them because I voice out my complaints? Or are they mature for keeping it in, or do they just not have crises? Am I the only one losing it? Or maybe because they're more comfortable than I am? Do they know who they are? If they do, why can't I find who I am? And if they don't know who they are, why aren't they panicking like me? I feel so isolated sometimes because I feel like everybody knows already what percent they want to become, what 10% they want to surround themselves with. And every day I'm kind of doing a reflection. Every day I'm like, is this the type of people that I want? And are we clicking or are we just clicking because we're forced to be in the same room for 7 hours a day? These are the things that plague my mind day in and day out, and I feel like I'm going insane. Can I be admitted to a mental asylum at 17? Cause of distress? Nothing. Life. Age. I don't know. Because if I want to be true, I'm quite bossy. I'm just gonna list out all the bad traits that I have. That I'm going to be honest with you. I do have those. Like I'm not trying to make myself look better here. Like I'm just going to be honest. I'm very bossy. I like to be dominant. I don't like if anybody else is leading. I like to be dominant, and I like things to go my way. Okay, And that goes in some fields, like for example in writing, in making articles, and making, in some aspects of, a group project or something. Things have to go my way because I feel like I know better, and I know myself quite well. I know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at, and in those places where I am good at, in those aspects, I want things to go my way, to my standards and everything. I'm quite bossy, I'm quite dominant, my DISC is D, I'm DI, and then C and then S, as my S is so low. And then in MBTI, I know it's not very telling, but just so that you get kind of a glimpse into what my personality is, I am a type 5 wing 4 Enneagram, I think. I'm a type 5. I'm a type 5 wing 4. I am an INTJ. I am a Ravenclaw. I am a dominant person. What else? Enneagram, MBTI. I used to know a lot of these, but maybe I've lost my mind. Wait, I think it's somewhere here, in my files. Well, wait, there it is. I am an INTJ. I am a type 5 wing 4. I am in my socionics. I'm LII, a capital L, capital I, strip 1, lowercase t, lowercase I. And my instinctual variant is SP/SX. My tri-type is 385. I'm a cleric. My attitudinal psyche is VLEF. And my big 5 or slow one is RLOAEI, and my Raya sec is thinker I. So I don't know what that tells you about me, but that's the only thing I know. And again, this is not some kind of new observation. I am not the first person to realize this, but I have been taking these personality tests from the dawn of time, just so that I can know who I am. Because again, I just want to end this with saying I don't know.